Good night. My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. You know, from time to time, we talk about controversial issues that taking place within our country and within our environment. And what had taken place so far, I have a guest on set today, and he brought about that issue that, you know, it sound kind of, to me, it was baffling and puzzling that, you know, I bring him on here that, you know, he could explain it to you in more in depth. And with no further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Leslie Smith to the platform. Mr. Leslie Smith, welcome to the platform. And you know, you can introduce yourself formally.
All right, well, okay. I am known also as Jarvis. A lot of people call me Jarvis. Most people do. However, I had a conversation with Jeffrey this afternoon. You know, because I was trying to find where is the Bureau of Standards. Because I, as a former smoker, I used to be smoking cigarettes 10 times a day, every day, and twice on Sundays. I was smoking cigarettes. And Sharon, cigarettes is not good, it is not healthy. Even though I say I was smoking cigarettes, I want you to know, everybody who is not smoking as yet, don't. And those who are smoking, try to stop. Cigarette is no good. However, as a smoker, I see a cigarette come on the market just like that. Where is the Bureau of Standards in Trinidad and Tobago? It's just capitalism just gone crazy or something, because cigarettes come on. The cigarettes on the outside on the box is written Lucky Strike. It is being sold as Du Maurier, and written on the cigarette itself is Du Maurier. The cigarette is longer than a Du Maurier. It tastes nothing like a Du Maurier. But this is what is being sold to us. This is what being sold to us. And as far as I could remember, when I was a youth, I remember they used to have a buy local campaign, of which West Indian Tobacco Company would have been one of the people who would have been getting proper by the government as one of the main exporters that we coming from Trinidad. So if Bitco cutting a deal, where is our cutting it? Where is our cutting it? One. And how can you just change over where is the Bureau of Standards? Anything happens in Trinidad? So, I mean, this is what I and Jeffrey are speaking about this evening, that, you know, anything happens. There is no law anymore. Capitalism just gone crazy. And the people who we hired to protect us from capitalism, they are the capitalists now.
You know, you talk something about capitalism, you know, just for a little respect to the younger viewers, you know, I would like to elaborate a little bit of this thing that they call capitalism. Because to the younger ones who now maybe tune on and who now opening the fridge door, you understand? They may not know what that is about.
Well, in plain and simple lingo, capitalism is just that the guy with the big money intend to scrape all the money he can get. What you have, what you don't have, what the government have for you, what somebody else, he wants all. By means of some business, sometimes they even use Ponzi scheme and all kind of smart man thing to get. The capitalist is really the man who thinks he have everything that you need, and who will tell you what he have is what you need. At a price.
At a price. So that kind of smart man thing then.
Well, this is it. Well, the smarter man have to live, because that's what you think. However, a lot of us, as black people, we seem not to understand how to deal with situations like that. We could bump out it. Instead of all of us included, start watching it. The Indian and them getting Caroni land, yes, they are entitled to it. They work their holidays of their life. Why don't you fight for the central market? Why don't you fight for the port where you all work all and ask to run it? Let the city council, $10 million will bring that market into a proper mall. And you all could run that market at all your rights, and all you have entrepreneurs who will get together to bring in stuff wholesale, just as the Chinese does and the other races does. Get together, get a space for yourself and stop being a consumer. Be a capitalist too. Listen, the government, tell the government they see that big market there, it goes to the beat them, all afraid the beat them, all afraid we. It goes to move, it goes to all afraid we. Give us that. Run it for the first 5 years at government expense and leave it to us after. Kafo Kamban and all earlier. All in charge of Emancipation Committee, you know. All you fellas supposed to have them kind of ideas, you know. Not me, you know, because I ain't in charge of nothing. What I'm saying, the central market right now running at a loss, at your and my expense. There's a place I know. Central market still running on 1968 laws. You know telling you?
1968 laws?
1968 bylaws. I don't ever think they ever change the bylaws. The market is just prehistoric and way behind time. And if there are young black people who are willing to step up the game and to do business, who want to be big entrepreneurs, who want a space, another space that these people providing for them at the rates that they can't even make $1 for themselves. They'll have to tell me I have to pay an exorbitant price for something because they have to pay the rent. So why the government can't step up? Why Kafo Kamban and all the fellows from the Emancipation Support Committee and all these black movements, why we don't get together? You all can call me and I could brainstorm it all because I am a first standard graduate anyway. I'm not no degree man or anything. However, my ideas would count. I do have some ideas. You know what I'm saying? So let we get together. Don't watch the Indians and say what the Indians get in. Don't hate, emulate. They just fight for something. They were in Karoni and they know that they have some kind of entitlement there because they were exploited just as we were. Some clown will get the port, because we don't have
as they talk about that port thing, they say something about that port. I believe they're trying to say apparently like it's sell or something. I don't know. I didn't really follow up on the issue so much.
Where were we? Where were the black organizations? Where were the Afrocentric organizations? Where were we? What were we doing? Because we have that central market area, which is a vast area. Where we can build a big mall there with proper parking facilities. Get about 7 maxi taxi that they would pay to run from Port of Spain to the market on an hourly basis. You know, get things in place and you would make your money and you would have your people buy from you. And I don't think people would want to rob their own people one. Listen to me, crime is because of capitalism. Crime is because a youth man or two, and he had a nice little money. You think he want to go in jail and sit down? But he
nah,
no other
you don't want to go in jail and sit down and leave that outside there?
No.
You're mad.
Pretty little, he knows no other way. And we ain't thinking about making room for this shit. All we studying is academics. You don't make an academics. We don't. Who does do the operation of the heavy equipments? People who had that foresight, who taught their children that. The only people you see hardly want to be heavy equipment operators is African people. You check that? The Indians.
Because apparently like they don't see the value of it all. Because I mean, my father would always tell me, he passed away now by the way, and he would always say, boy, don't go and renew your license and get back that same old license. Always upgrade it.
all the time.
It go be it easier to pay for an upgrade than to just renew it.
Exactly. And you will just be in square one if you keep renewing it all the time. The more license you have is the more qualifications you have. Because as long as you can drive a big truck, you are qualified. You are like you have 5 CXC. Once you can drive a big truck and you can handle it properly. Everybody in this is not cut out for academics. Everybody. Let me show you a thing I listened from Einstein. It was Einstein, boy. What he's saying is a fish hanging out by the river bank there with going on the tree branch and monkey there. And everybody eating, but fish can't climb. So fish are eating. They watch fish and they tell fish he can't climb.
Alright.
And fish remain dumb because fish never think about a way that when anything slip from you, it will fall in the water, and I'll deal with that. Fish, because you tell them, he tell them, everybody tell fish he can't climb. He's stupid, so fish always remains stupid because he can't climb, so he can't eat. He can't eat. So this is what is we telling the fella from lab until the fella who didn't pass comprehension, so the fella, that fella teach the guy how to read, how to write, how to count. But let the guy go into what he wants to go into.
And what he comfortable.
What he comfortable with. And pay him what he
deserve.
Yeah.
What he would.
Exactly. But if you're not academically brilliant, you're stupid. No, only if you're black. If you're not academically brilliant and you had the color code, they will get you. And I speak no bones about that. If you don't have that kind of academic acumen and you're black or you're Indian, you wouldn't get you. But the Indians smart enough to know, hey, teach your boy to think and open my garden in my backyard. Black man, I want no sun open thing in here. You know, do that. But the rest of them,
once it's a saga boy thing and nice thing, they like.
yeah, but the rest of them, they don't have to be bright to get a good job. The rest of them getting a good job, they don't have to be bright. And I mean, plain talk bad manners. Plain talk bad manners. We know what's going on. And it's about time we talk it out.
Because we have a discussion concerning that same thing. It's like if the black man getting set up all the time. That point.
Black man setting up himself.
Well,
I mean,
wait. I'm thinking about it. What you saying concerning that? Because yeah, sometimes the opportunities in really coming from. Alright, let me go back to the Laventille area. You understand? Some of these black brothers and them, some of them get chained up. You understand? I go prescribe to some of the factor that alright, some of them set up themselves in truth. Because they could have do better. Some of the people could have do better. But some of the people where they ain't know nothing, the people that know better and who could have sent this lifeline to them, they just happen to ain't do it. And that is my take on it.
a lot of people too, Jeffrey, like to talk that them and those thing. Them and those, so them better. So to aggrandize their own self, them have to put you down. So they glad to see something going wrong over there. They glad to see something going on. So you can't get that kind of camaraderie, that kind of togetherness for we to go forward, and that is where we need to go forward. Starting by families. Families get together, relatives get together, friends and neighbors, and we start thinking about buying from each other, doing everything with each other, building ourselves a community, and building ourselves. We cannot build nothing under no PNM. PNM don't care about us. And we thought so. I thought so one time. And I mean, I'm not going political. I don't want to go political. But when you have to call a spade, you cannot call it a shovel. A spade is a spade, brother. And for some reason or the other, we can't get that stick togetherness because we've been taught so much of stupidness in the past. You know what I mean? So much of stupidness in. We just blind people walking about the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that is so true, eh? You know, I just glad to have a Ella here on this on the little chat that, you know, a little podcast we does here. And this is something that we plan to keep up, let me say on a weekly basis, in which, you know, we could provide information and we could open that line in which we could communicate with one another. Because to put the country back on track is not one man thing. It's not my thing and it's not your thing. It's a together thing. And here was the number one problem towards getting this country back on track. The people that is within the culture that is selling out. We need to identify these people and them and isolate them. Because these are people that was on so much a committee, and before it kick off the ground, they destroy it. It come like these are the ones that kill the baby within the womb. So the other people which could have got a chance or could have benefit from it, it instead the plane instead leave the runway and it crash.
Yes.
You understand what I mean? And this thing here is supposed to be a revival of the youths. For the youths to come out of this kind of arcane kind of thinking. And seeing themselves in a position in which they could do better for themselves and better the country as a whole. Because watch, the youths, I as a youth, and I see myself as the future of this country. And I see plenty of youths too could contribute to the future of this country, because I can't just make up of a tire alone. Neither a bumper. It's the whole, it's at different parts. And all that we could play a part to put this thing on the road and to kick it off. So I was glad, when our elder come on the set, and he could impart some kind of knowledge to you, so you could understand and see it not just from my level but from a different level. Yeah, so sometimes what they say, Smithy, that what an old man could see on the ground, a young boy, if he climb a tree, he can't see it.
Still can't see it.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. But before I leave this evening, I want to say one thing. I would be on the podcast as long as you people want me to. However, I am not political. Sometimes politics is what we live by. Party politics is what I'm speaking about. I'm not involved in any kind of party politics. But sometimes some things you will have to use politics to drive your point home. But I don't want to know when I say something, nobody send back to say, and this one not in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What I am talking about is elevating people from one way to another. I want to leave a legacy. I'm an old man, and I want to leave my name saying that I've done something. I'm not coming here to argue. You see, for instance, you point out about the Central Market in Port of Spain. It's because I am seeing it going to nothing. And at the end of the day, what would happen? You would hear somebody buy it. And somebody buy it. What it is the government buying for the black man. Yeah? What you're buying for us to go with, because you're buying Caroni for the Indians, and rightfully so. They earn it, they deserve it. Just how they may have to pay a little thing for the land or everything on a monthly basis. You build over the market into a mall setting with proper transport to the mall with marketable stuff and other stuff. General mall, that's how all the malls doing it now, because the malls pulling the market from the where marketable commodities could be only gotten in the market area. Now the malls is selling all the marketable commodities. So what you want to do? for the people. That is why they're on George Street and Charlotte Street, and you had to send police for them. What you had to do is to give them a space. And all these fellas from the, listen, I'm ponging here, Mr. Man, from the Emancipation Support. I'm ponging here. I don't want to do that. That is not, I'm just saying, boy, all the fellas supposed to brainstorm with all the people, all the black people. And it's not go up in the savannah and dance around that. What that doing? What that doing for we? What that doing for we? When we go up there and dance around Carib, go up there with a bar, KFC go up with chicken, and all of them, and we dancing around like a set of puppet over the place where we making money. When we making money. Listen, just so them people in Carnegie land to build things, to hate these people, emulate them, do what they're doing. That is the only way we will succeed. Following the Indians, they're smarter than us, and we have to admit that. Maybe saying smarter than us is putting it a little strong. However, they are using what they have to get what they want, and we can use what we have to get what somebody wants. Running up and down in a radio, and laughing and nothing, hungry like a dog at the end of the day.
Yeah, you see that, brother?
No, we really have to get serious. We have to get serious. You know what I'm saying?
You see, sometimes, you know, I learned this from somebody, you know. Sometimes, in order to get the truth outside there, you have to risk being offensive some of the times. Because in order to have a good conversation, sometimes you have to risk going against the edge so people could try to understand. Because today, I'm going to be playing with Oye, you know. Today, I had a little chat with a man from a particular chat. I ain't going to already call out his name yet. Now, the gentleman disagreed with what I say. I have no problem with a man debunking what I say. But when I ask him to provide the proof, or don't just say, all right, I don't agree with what you say. That is true, I can understand that. But if we're on a public platform, and I ask you, brother, I have no problem with that. But just tell me why you don't agree with what I say, please. Up to now, I'm waiting on the proof. Up to now. And you know what that gentleman decided to do? That gentleman decided to say, all right, let me remove him from here. Because he can't accept the truth. Yes. And a lot of the people within this community, well, there is the district of St. Patrick that I'm from. A lot of people can't accept the truth yet. The truth in front of the door, knocking. Hello, I want to come in. And oh yeah, for one sake, for God's sake, a matter of fact, oh yeah, when allow the truth to come in and to take that seat within your mind. Because Oye will have to give up Oye delusions that we in these places here is behind time, and we would have also have to admit that we had made a bad decision. And that was the problem.
Exactly. Jeffrey, having said that, for the past 4 months I've been traversing through the junction, Library Junction there. Brother, and I want to believe that you all got a swimming pool down here.
I thought it was a dam because I passed there and I thought I see a cascade drum there.
Brother, water every day and twice on Sunday you're going through water. No ambient thing doesn't pass there. Like nobody who could repair that, no Wastaman, nobody do pass it.
Well, but it have a wasa post in library.
But I think
you know when you go down so by the scheme and you pass the bridge, when you pass the community center, we don't now kind of fixing up after for so long. It have a little wasa and post right there at the side there.
And I think now is a good time to go and take a video on that to put it up, because I see somebody was innovative enough to put up a sign, "Welcome to Library Swimming Pool."
People, you know how to put it across. Where is joke for we is dead for crapple.
Dead for crapple.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's serious thing, you know.
Because
And you know I don't understand, since we on this topic, this is a burning issue that the library, the whole library area facing. Everybody know the pitch is a thing that has rise and fall because of the vein within it. If you go right and you take a little, you're paying $20 and you go hear everything. Let me not say 20. You go pay $60 and you go hear everything about pitch.
exactly.
All you have to do is just go down by the lake.
Yeah.
And there you go see a tour guide, they'll go engage you and they go tell you. Everybody know the pitch just travel within a vein. Tell me why, over for the amount of engineers that it have in library, and let me not say library, in Trinidad and Tobago, that nobody could not come up with an effective solution since. Madness.
The money was there.
Madness.
Money
Madness.
Money was spent to do all kind of thing, and no money. Money has, from time immemorial, money was unaccounted for many a times, many a places. And we have to stop that. We have to think and stop being like blind mice all over the place and not knowing what's going on. What's going on? Manuel tell you money in the church, and they take money from the church, and
Games are playing with people. Games.
I mean, people, we have to start understanding. When you don't understand something, you have a phone now. You could say it and you would get the answer. A lot of ladies be talking about a good budget, or they don't even know what it means for fiscal. When they talk about the fiscal year, you don't know what fiscal means. You know what I'm telling you? 99.9% all you who just be jumping up, all you don't even know, but the budget was good, man. All you don't know, all you start knowing, start understanding. Listen to all the children, some of them who have laptop and thing, they would be aqua, they were going on, so listen to them. Listen to the little bright ones, they will teach you only because I know plenty of us like me, standard one, graduate. We will learn from each other. Right?
You give up on yourself,
Yeah.
yeah, easy. And what you bad for, yeah, with that phone I see there, yeah. Four camera, yeah.
There you go. So, you know, try to go on your phone, try to Google something, and don't just take for granted what somebody tell you. Yeah, here, and no, I here. Let me see, we're here, and go on your phone and clarify that. Don't go back and multiply it by 10. You don't get it wrong in the first place and multiply it by 10 to tell another person. So you know what's going on down the road? Propaganda. And what happened after we spread the propaganda that the son know that we would spread? Did you say, like the great retriever, the dog, you know, the dog, the great retriever? You could leave the retriever, as Farrakhan say, in the pen for 4 months. You take him out, he's hungry, but you take him to hunt, he's a great hunting dog. And when you shoot the bird, bam, and the bird fall. And you think the retriever fly for that bird to run off in the bush and eat it because you're hungry. You bring it back to your foot. And the rest of the day. And then the master say, good dog. Remind you of anything? Remind you of anything? Good dog. Remind you of anything? We like the great retriever, we retrieve and then we come, good dog, now go back in your pen until I need you again. Remind you of anything? Alright.
Oh, you see how serious that is?
Alright.
So people with no further ado, you know, I would just like to thank everybody for listening. And you know, this is the Workers' Rights channel here, and we decide to make a difference in everything that we're doing. So from time to time, you know, we will constantly be bringing across these broadcasts, so I could hear what's going on within our community, because the mainstream media and them not the censoring what taking place. To be quite honest, some of them go vexing, but plenty of them get buyout.
Yeah, they buy out.
Real talk bad manners.
They buy out.
And the cries of the people within the press community, they will never be heard. Because of the censorship that comes from political interference.
Yeah.
So,
That is it.
so with no further ado, Mitty, I don't know if you want to say something in your
Yeah, well,
in your last words.
what I'll be saying is good night to you people, and let we keep it clean. Politics, all right. Party politics, no way. No way. Because party politics have a way of bringing animosity between people and argumentation. What we need is to share ideas, and we either agree or disagree on people's ideas. You see, the bantering, I'm too old for that. I'm just here to see if I can help the younger people think a little more forward. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But somebody to know it's not academics alone to go forward with. You don't have to pick up a gun. You could pick up a license to drive a car. That is a O level. And when you get your taxi badge, that is 2 levels. And when you get your truck license, that is a level. And when you get your tractor license and your backhoe and so on, that is an area to go. Houses is always a building, Mr. Carpenter. Start learning your skill and take it as a serious thing. Take it. Do not be a carpenter working for people all the time. Start looking for your own jobs and be an entrepreneur, be a contractor, and so on and so on. From time to time we will talk again, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but this is my prerogative to see that you guys go forward, to see that we go up to. I don't want to know that I leave this earth and you guys not even on the first rung of the ladder yet. We got to move up. We got to move up. And we're not going to push nobody down to move up. We're all going to move up collectively. Mm-hmm. Don't hate, emulate.
Good words, hey man. And brother, thanks for coming on the set.
Yes.
I know you don't know, you keep it real. And we coming to you again live from on the Workers' Rights Challenge. So everybody, good night. This is a Sunday evening. This is the 23rd of July. Everybody have a pleasant good evening.
You didn't get back that running on YouTube right now, man.